get started, they gather to talk about the child's needs and write the student's IEP. Parents and the student, when appropriate, are part of the team. If the child's placement is decided by a different group, the parents must be part of that group as well. Parents must consent to the program as always. If the parents do not agree with the IEP and placement, they must discuss their concerns with other members of the IEP team and try to work out an agreement. If they still disagree, parents can ask for mediation, or the school may offer mediation. Parents can file a complaint even with, I guess, the Board of Education, and file what's called a due process clause or something like that, and they can request mediation that they see fit. Services are provided. The school makes sure that the child's IEP is being carried out as it was written. Parents are given a copy of the IEP for free. Each of the child's teachers and service providers has access to the IEP and knows there's a person's civic responsibilities carrying out the IEP. This includes the accommodations, modifications, and supports that must be provided to the child in keeping with the IEP. Progress measured and reported to parents. The child's progress toward the annual goal is measured as stated in the IEP. His or her parents are regularly informed of the child's progress and whether or not that progress is enough for the child to achieve the goals by the end of the year. These progress reports must be given to the parents at least as often as the parents are informed of their non-disabled children's progress. So in a period, you get a report, we may get a report card, or we don't get report cards anymore, I guess. We just get whatever. The period at that time when it comes out, they give their parents a copy of how they did with their IEP. The child's IEP is reviewed by the IEP team at least once a year, once or more often if the parents or the school ask for review. If necessary, the IEP is revised. Parents of the team members must be invited to attend these meetings. The parents can make suggestions for changes, can agree with or disagree with the IEP goals, and if they agree or disagree with placement, if they disagree, then they can file a complaint asking for mediation. And finally, once everything is done, they have to reevaluate the child once again. At least every 3 years, the child must be reevaluated. This evaluation is called a triennial. Its purpose is to find out if the child continues to be a child with a disability as defined by IDEA and what the child's educational needs are. However, if the child must be reevaluated more often if conditions warrant, or if the child's parent or teacher asks for a new evaluation.
Okay. FAPE is part of the IDEA. It's a required component of that, and it basically gives children with disabilities the same education that you and I will have. People that don't have disabilities are going to have the exact same education, like opportunity, as we do. You don't have the next one because they can read it and they already know it. Okay, these are some of the facts about it. It's basically we're equal to them. Just because they have disabilities doesn't mean that we get better privileges or anything like that to them. So we get free education, they get free education. They have like modifications, like people that are deaf, people that are blind, people that need hearing equipment, anything like that. They have those needs met in school. Just like we'll need those, they get those too. So we're basically even on all that because we're one big happy family. Okay, next. And for special needs child to be like considered a special needs child, kind of like the IEP thing, like they have to be qualified as a disabled child. So after they go through all of that, after they go through all the process that he's already gone through, then that child will be available for the FAP.
Okay, the LRE, it stands for Least Restrictive Environment, and students with disabilities should have the opportunity to be educated with non-disabled peers, and they should have general education. That's pretty much saying that these students should be placed in the same classroom with general education students, and they should still be working on the same thing, but they may, in some cases, like use assistive technology or have an extra teacher in there to help them accomplish this, but the main goal is to have them in the same classroom with the general education students. And it's important to remember that every student's least restrictive environment will look different because each student has different needs. So And they usually do this based on like the child's individual education plan. And I had found a video, and it gives you an example what a least restrictive classroom may look like.
The initial concerns that I had, including Damien, into the regular classroom, were how it was going to be perceived by the other students in the first grade room, and also how the teacher was having the right teacher that was on board with, making sure student included in the activities, and but not taking away from the instruction that was going on in the regular classroom.
I found that there was some